Forces, a game with lots of weapons, attachments, and whatever this is. So what's the best? Well, more specifically, battle rifles. Well, for starters, there's a lot of battle rifles, and most of them you've never even heard of. So we're not really going to cover that many in depth. So the AG3 is probably one of the worst guns in the entire game. It has high recoil and huge spread, so it's just overall really garbage. I had trouble even getting kills for this clip. As you can see, I'm having trouble aiming at a standing still target, so it's just not a good gun. The G3 I personally actually like, but statistically it's worse than the AG3, and yeah, it's just mediocre, I guess. The one redeeming thing about the G3 is that it 3 shots up to 150 studs, so yeah, that's okay. Statistically, that's way worse than the AG3, but I just like the way the G3 feels compared to the AG3. The AG3 just feels way too jumpy. So the Scar H is one of those guns that's just terrible statistically, but it feels alright. It's pretty easy for me to get the kills in this clip. Like, it's a decent gun overall, but just terrible statistically, terrible damage range. You might as well just use like the M16A3 for example. They're basically the exact same statistically. The HK417 is like, it's pretty decent actually. It has high recoil, but it does a lot of damage, and it's overall whatever. So the HK417 3 shots all ranges torso, but at only 3 shots all ranges to about 150 studs. So the Henry 4570 or whatever the numbers are, is actually really insane. It's high precision weapon. It's not super high damage, and the reload's long. But other than that, like, it's pretty solid. Like, it's a really long range, so you can put a scope on it and basically snipe people. And it one-shots headshots for like 100 studs, I think. And yeah, it's crazy though. You should just try it. Give it a chance. So the attachment, I guess you could say, ammo conversion. I'm using this clip is like a shotgun 410, and it's crazy. I mean, it's not super long range, and it doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's really fun, and yeah, that's the clip. So the FAL 50 is insane in my opinion. It's just great in every way. Somewhat low recoil, it's medium, like high to medium damage, whatever you really put on attachments. It has a lot of penetration, and it's overall a really good gun. Yeah, the FAL 3 shots all ranges to the torso, and just does a general great amount of damage. The Beowulf ECR makes this list because it's damage, number one, because 2 shots, like until 50 studs I think. It's crazy. If you get attachments on it, it's actually fairly low recoil, although it is pretty high kick in general. But it's insane that you can 2-shot CQC and do a fairly amount long range. Yeah, it's a great gun. Low mag size though. So the battle rifle in Phantom Forces is the AK-12BR. It's no surprise that the AK-12BR made the top of this list, because it's just the full package. It has almost 0 recoil, long range, and an insane damage range, 3 shotting up to 150 studs plus. Also, it penetrates through 2 studs, which is enough to kill anybody on Desert Storm or Warehouse. Not to mention, it 4 shots all ranges. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll provide the setups in the description. Peace.